Alright then. So, this is my first video for this year. So, I'm gonna do my first update for my CD collection. I've got a couple of new releases already this year. But first I want to start off, I'm so really devastated to hear about Megadeth having to cancel Soundwave after last week's battle going on between Newstead having been taken out. And it all wasn't Dave's fault, but he's just released a statement saying they are still wanting to play their shows here, and I'm just hoping they can have their own headlining tour, which is what I was actually hoping for them to have in the first place anyway. But I'm still excited to be seeing the rest of the bands playing, who I plan to see in the coming weeks. So anyway, I'll just start. So first up here, I've got two new releases here. We've got Peripheries Clear EP. As you can see here, it's actually quite clear. It's called Clear, and the whole cover is quite clear as well. It has 7 songs on this, and there is an intro, and then there's also 6 songs written by the 6 members individual, featuring great songs like The Summer Jam and Feed the Ground, which was actually a demo originally from the Periphery 2 sessions released back in 2012. And there's also 2 instrumental songs called Zero and what was that? What's that other song called? It's not coming to mind. Please just let me check for a second. Oh, Extraneous. That was the other song. Yeah. Okay. Alright. So I have to say that's a great EP. They're also working on their follow-up to their last album, Periphery 2. It's going to be a concept one. It's called Juggernaut. I believe it's set to be released later this year. They also recently toured here with Animals as leaders, but only the East Coast. So, but, yeah. My next new release I've got here is Within Temptation's Hydra. Now, this is actually quite a great album, got a lot of symphonic stuff and heaviness on here as well. And this is a special, it's actually got a load of guests on here, including Howard Jones on the song Dangerous, Exhibit on And We Run, Tarja on Paradise, What About Us, and Dave Perner from Soul Asylum on Whole World Is Watching. And Howard Jones, who has been out of Killswitch Engage for over 2 years now, and his new band Devil You Know are also playing at Soundwave, and they're also working on their debut record. So I can't wait to hear some material from them. I've only heard one song from them, which is Shut You Down. And I can't wait to hear more stuff from them. But anyway, back to Within Temptation. It has a load of great songs. There's also other songs by just the band themselves, including Let Us Burn and Silver Moonlight and Tell Me Why. They're all great songs. And there's also a second disc for this one, which has covers of Imagine Dragons' Radioactive, Lana Del Rey, Summertime Sadness, Passengers, Let Her Go, and Enrique Iglesias' Dirty Dancer. And then there's also evolution tracks of a few of the songs, and We Run Silver Moon, like covered by Roses and Tell Me Why. Like, they're basically just all these different takes of them being worked during the sessions. And they've got a huge booklet here. We have the band themselves right here. And here's some of the lyrics. And there's also it's a very large booklet here. It's got some tour photos in here as well. And now, as you can see right here, that is Sharon from Within Temptation with Lana Del Rey right here. And this, with her picking up her gold award, they actually made an appearance together on the. I can't remember what it was called. They actually did make an appearance one time together though. So yeah, got some photos there. There's actually a load of photos in here, and as usual there is as usual at the back we've got the songwriting credits and the band members credits as well right here and stuff. Oh, and that's Dave Perner and Howard Jones right there. So, alright then. I also got a load of other stuff for Christmas as well, and this here is Korn's new album, The Paradigm Shift, and this features a return of their original second guitarist Brian Head Welch, otherwise known as Head. We've got, and this one has quite some great songs. It's actually quite heavier than their last album, The Path of Totality, which was with Skrillex and other dubstep artists. And I also wonder how they even got to make the song Never Never, which is actually the only dubstep song on the album without any of the dubstep artists. But there's other great songs like Love and Meth, Mass Hysteria, and Paranoid and Aroused. So they're also playing at Soundwave, so I'm really looking forward to and hoping I get to see these guys. And this is their first time I've been here since 2010 when they played with Guns N' Roses. So I also got a couple of Roadrunner box sets. This here is Typo Negative, yeah, and this here is Cold Chamber. So I'll talk about the Typo Negative one first. So, and this is one of the bands who's been sadly no longer with us since 4 years. This year will be the death of lead singer and bass player Peter Steele. And I'm going to show you the albums. We've got Slow, Deep and Hard. Now this album is quite different to what they became later. Like, this kind of has some fresh vibe, and this kind of style was with Peter Steele's other band he was in called Carnivore, and then eventually they moved towards more of the gothic style from in their later career. So this here is called The Origin of the Feces, and this is actually a fake live album. Like, it's actually the second studio album, but which was recorded with live sound effects, and it features songs from the first Slow, Deep and Hard, which was actually renamed. So, and like, for example, we've got their first song, Unsuccessfully Coping with the Natural Beauty of Infidelity, which was renamed as I Know You're Fucking Someone Else. And then there's also Are You Afraid is a song, as an unreleased song, which became for their what they did in their later careers. And then and also is where during their later career was where we started hearing more vocals from their guitarist Kenny Hickey. So, and this here is Bloody Kisses, and that album turned 20 years old last year. This seems to have become one of the most well-known albums from their career, with songs like Christian Woman, Black Number One, and they also had all these 10-minute epics from here as well. Right here we've got October Rust, and this one features great songs including Love You to Death, Green Man, and there's also their cover of Neil Young's Cinnamon Girl here. And I have to say, one of my favourite tracks off this album, I have to say it might be Wolf Moon, because that seems like a fan favourite, and also the epic last actual song from the album, Haunted. Yeah. Next here we've got World Coming Down, and I'm not sure why I decided to do this, but it didn't have this track names, just like their Bloody Kisses. But here, as you can see here, it doesn't have track listing, and it's the same with this one. But yeah, World Coming Down. Yeah, this one features some great songs like Everyone I Love Is Dead and Everything Dies, and there's also their over 10-minute epic, 10 to 11, one of their 10 to 11 minute ones, like what the title track, that's also a great song. So. Okay, and then the last one out of this set is Life Is Killing Me. Yep, this was their last one, which they did with Roadrunner, and yeah, that's some great songs like I Don't Wanna Be Me, A Dish Best Served Coldly, and also love the title track Life Is Killing Me, and Anesthesia, and there was also a great closing song called The Dream Is Dead. Now, I want to get their final album, which they made just 3 years before Peter Steele's death, which was titled Dead Again. There's just another one of these things that becomes hard to find, and it's kind of hard when it comes to. So I'll show you the Coal Chamber one now. This was what Des Fafara was originally in before Devil Driver came about. Now, this here is their first album, their self-titled album, with the songs like Loco, which was pretty much an introduction to this band, and there's also other great songs like Bradley and Big Truck. This here is Chamber Music, and this one features, that is Des Fafara's wife on the cover here, Anastasia, and on the back you can see the band from them as well. So yeah, there's also great songs like Tragedy, LQ Queen, Not Living, and their cover of Peter Gabriel's Shock the Monkey with the one and only Ozzy Osbourne on here. And here we have Dark Days, and that sounds like a very dark album from them. And this was their third and final album before their breakup and Devil Driver started. And this was their opening track, Fiend, was great. This one, yeah. And there's also other great songs like Something Told Me and the title track, Dark Days. And I also quite like the last song on this album, Beckoned, because I quite enjoy that as well. Giving the Devil His Due, this one's actually more of a B-side and remixed album. Like the first song in here, Headstones and The Walking Dead, I actually quite enjoy that one. Alrighty, so this here is, I finally managed to pick up Mastodon's Blood Mountain. This one has some great songs. I want to get their first two albums, but they seem to have also become hard to find. I might need to try and go to Record Store Day this year. I missed last year's, and the year before I went, I was actually unaware about it back then, but I'm going to try and make sure I can get down there this time. Alrighty. I've also got 3 more Devil Driver albums and nearly got them all now. This is their self-titled debut album with great songs like Nothing's Wrong and I Could Care Less, which pretty much became the best songs by them. And there's also other songs I enjoyed like Swinging the Dead. This here is their second album, The Fury of Our Maker's Hand, with songs I enjoyed by them like End of the Line and Hold Back the Day. And here is Pray for Villains, and this one I enjoyed the title track too, and there's also other great songs on here like Fate Stepped In, I've Been Sober, Resurrection Boulevard, and Another Night in London. So the only album from them I need to get now is The Last Kind Words. So that's all out. And then finally there's one more. The last album I have to show you guys today is Five Finger Death Punch's American Capitalist. Yeah, this one has some great songs like the title track, which is the opening. I actually quite like that one. I don't understand why so many people seem to not like this band, but I actually do. Again, we all have our opinions, but I think American Capitalist is actually a great opener. Although, yeah, we had 4 videos of this, like Under and Over It, The Pride, Coming Down, and Remember Everything. That's actually one of my favourite solo songs by them. And then there's other great songs. We've got Menace, we've got Back for More, and their second last song, If I Fall, I think that one sounds more like it could have been a better way to close the album than 100 Ways to Hate was. So yeah, I don't know. Now, if you look at the cover here, it looks like these girls are the same ones from the their Under and Over It video. We've got, and check this out right here. So we got Jason Look there with that same girl on that cover. Zoltan Bafferine, Jeremy Spencer, and Ivan Moody, Yeah. Yeah, that one, Ivan Moody, is with. She looks like she was in that video as well. And then we got Chris Kale, basically. Yeah, and this was actually the first album he played on. So I still need to get my hands on their first two albums, The Way of the Fist and War is the Answer. And the album The War is the Answer came out. That was actually the first I'd even heard of Five Finger Death Punch, that was in 2009. And this album here was released in 2011, and then last year was when we got to hear their two new albums, The Wrong Side of Heaven and The Righteous Side of Hell, Volumes 1 and 2. And I read reviews about Volume 2 where some referred to that as having similarities to American Capitalist. So I also like to show my new DVDs, like Megadeth's Countdown to Extinction. Now, and it's also got a booklet here as well. There's some great photos of the band, so like Dave here, and this here you can see Vic Rattlehead in the back here. And after what has just happened today, Megadeth actually aren't the only band I want to see come back for their own Australian tour, but I also Dream Theater. Yes, they were supposed to come to Australia on their dramatic tour of events in support of their last album, A Dramatic Turn of Events, and I don't know, I have no idea what happened, but they never came. But yeah, in this DVD, Live at Luna Park, right here. Yeah, Live at Luna Park is what it's called. This is actually filmed on their tour for that album, and now that they've got their self-titled album, they now have been on tour since the year began, and it's called their Along for the Ride tour. And I'm hoping they actually come back here, because they haven't been back here since the Black Clouds and Silver Linings tour in 2009. I'm actually quite devastated I didn't get to go to that. And yeah, these are actually two of my all-time favourite metal bands, and I haven't even gotten the chance to see them. So. But anyway, it's for the Dream Theater. We've got the booklet here of them as well. They did release a huge box set with a huge booklet as well, but unfortunately I couldn't afford that. So look, that's the cartoon of the band. It seems to kind of work. Like they referred to James LeBrie as the pirate. John Petrucci looks more like a troll here, and Jordan Rudess, of course, the keyboard wizard, and John Myung, the ninja, and Mike Mangini, the genie here. Kind of weird. Yeah, I guess I got photos of them here as well. And yeah, that's pretty much it. That's the band at the end of the show. So yeah. Anyways, that's it, and I'll be back with you soon. Cheers.